Hello and welcome back to the Puncher's Chance podcast, and welcome to our only episode this week, as there's not so much going on, but we're going to be filling out the episode with plenty of content for you, so subscribe for all that good stuff. We've obviously got Ryan Garner versus Reece Bellotti, Claressa Shields back in the ring once again, and a few boxing hot takes to entertain you guys as well. Straight in to the action, we had that brilliant fight down on the South Coast. Ryan Garner got the stoppage win on the end. Harry, welcome back to the podcast. What do you think of that one?
Oh, I like this. I'm going first this week. Normally you hand it over to Ben straight after you. No, good to be back. And it was a decent fight down in Bournemouth, I thought. Ryan Garner, great performance. It was the sort of fight, it was weird because it felt close. Watching it, it felt really close and edgy and all that. But when you were scoring it, when you came to the last minute of the round, you're like, oh, well, this is Ryan Garner's round now.
Yeah, he was that sort of 10% better, 15%
exactly.
better in every round, wasn't he? And that was the sort of difference in the end. But I thought he was better. He was more dominant than I thought he'd be in that fight. I thought Bellotti would look quicker, stronger, but he didn't. He just couldn't get on to Ryan Garner.
It's like the first round or second round, Garner hit him with a hell of a shot and rocked him a little bit, and that was the sort of theme then throughout the fight. And then to get the stoppage win in the 12th round as well, I think that sort of makes a statement to everyone in that division in a way, because not a lot of people have stopped Reece Bellotti. I believe the last person to stop Reece Bellotti was Ray Ford
in Eddie's back garden, I think it was.
Look at him pulling the facts out.
Yeah.
He's been gone.
It was on my phone
weeks,
right there.
Been on Box Right record morning.
No, but he doesn't get stopped, does he, Reece Bellotti? He's that sort of tough, durable opponent that, but he held the British and Commonwealth Bellotti, didn't he? And it's just great performance by Garner. And I just think now when you look at that down the South Coast, there's a lot of decent competition down there now, include the likes of Garner, Louis Edmondson as well. So Frank's got a good stable down there, and let's hope that it continues to rise.
Do you think, with going back to earlier where you were talking about the rounds, do you think it's more important for fighters, especially in close fights, to win the back end of a round compared to the majority of the round? Because that's what sticks in judges' minds.
Yes, to a degree, yeah. It's always about stamping your kind of mark on that round. It's the last thing they remember. But I don't necessarily think Ryan Garner won the ends of each of those rounds. I think he won a good 66% of every round, and Reece Bellotti won a good 33% at best of every round. And it may be in one or two of those rounds that Bellotti was closer to 50-50, and you maybe gave him one of those rounds, and in a couple of those rounds it was comfortably Garner. So it is important, but I don't know if it applies to this one. I just think Bellotti was that split second too slow, that little bit too not powerful enough, and contrary to how he normally is, was just that little bit lackadaisical. He didn't get going until...
He likes fighting in close, don't he?
Yeah, and normally he's so good in that pocket, and he just works, and he was relentlessly coming back, but he wasn't relentlessly working. He kind of was just eating a lot on the coming in, and then Garner was able to get out. And I think that is massive credit to Garner and the game plan and how he fought, because he looked unbelievable working the angles and finding those shots. But just it wasn't quite as sort of a war and a close fight as I thought it could be, or I thought I hoped it would be.
I don't think Garner gets enough credit for how good a boxer he is.
He's so good.
He's been he's flown under the radar, I think, for many. In terms of boxing fans who sit and watch boxing every weekend will know about him, but I don't think he's broke through to the sort of more mainstream boxing audience yet, but I think he's definitely on his way there now. It'd be really good, I think, to have a big fight for him down in St Mary's or something. And
I think a Ray Ford fight would be unbelievable for him. In terms of champions in that division, I think, Ray Ford, Oshaki Foster are probably the two that you'd look at and say, on their day, they're beatable. They're good champions, don't get me wrong, but on the right day or the right time, they're beatable. And, for Ryan Garner, you look him against Ray Ford, little Matchroom versus Queensberry job. I don't think Ray Ford has the huge following that he could necessarily demand.
That could go on a 5v5.
That home, it could, but God knows if we'll get another one of those.
They haven't talked a lot about that. It's gone a bit quiet.
But you know what I mean? I don't think Ray Ford has that big pull where he could go, this is happening in the States. This is my hometown. I think he would possibly, I don't know him, but happily go to Ryan Garner's backyard and try and get an upset.
I just think Queensbury could stack our card out with like Louis Edmondson, Taylor Bevan, like they could
maybe do a little deal with Chris Billum-Smith. Obviously, if there's a few things around that, there was obviously the talk with Adam Azim on the night on the broadcast. I think we can probably talk about that later.
Yeah,
but
I tell you why.
That's probably one of the biggest talking points coming out of the night. Was that Adam Azim?
Yeah, true. He has.
I tell you why the stoppage was very important though.
Why's that?
Because it meant I won the predictions.
No, because I went for Bellotti. So
you did, didn't it?
Yeah, I just thought I thought Bellotti would outwork Garner and Garner would have the quality, but actually I think he made enough of a dent in Bellotti that Bellotti couldn't outwork it basically.
Garner is so good.
Yeah, surprisingly so. But do you think he could win that? Either Ray Ford, Oshaki Foster? I think Kachachi and Sugar Nunez at this point are probably.
Kakachi's gone up, hasn't he?
You'd want oh yeah, of course he's fighting. Ray Ford's fighting Abraham Nova now, isn't he? On that. And again,
esports
that's not
world card in Rio.
Yeah, and even that's like it almost came at the wrong time, isn't it? Because if this fight was a month earlier, you'd probably think Ryan Garner would have walked into that Ray Ford opponent pretty comfortably then. But hey, we'll see. It was a good card all round, I thought. Obviously, Alois Jr. got away with one a little bit, didn't he, against Ellis Zorro? Fair play to Zorro.
Yeah, I haven't seen an awful lot of this card, to be completely honest, but one thing I seen on Twitter was a lot of people saying that they said it was close, but they felt like if anyone edged it, it was Zorro.
Yeah, I give it 6-4 Zorro, and I would have been alright with a draw, but like
98-93 is a horrible card.
That is a horrible card.
Baffling.
That's really bad.
Victor
and it's
Lachlan
like,
as well.
It's not even like, well, yeah, that says it all. But it's not even like Alois Jr. was bad. I thought he stamped his authority on it well at the start, and then just kind of the fight went away from him a little bit, and Zorro built himself back in.
I was shocked in a way, man, because Ellis Zorro in the past has openly said that he's just fighting for the money. If I remember correctly, I think it was up in the Leeds Direct Arena he was fighting at, and I can't remember who he fought that night. It could have been Chev Clark, but I could be wrong.
He lost that one against Chev Clark, but it wasn't in Leeds. I can't remember where it was.
Oh, that's bumming me now.
Not sure.
But to put that performance in, it
was in Leeds.
Oh, was it? Fair play.
Nose glove.
Yes. Nose glove.
Happy days. Going back to it, no, I thought Ellis Zorro did enough.
Yeah.
And that's the frustrating thing now about it, that Alois Jr. has probably got away with one now, and if you're like Vidal Riley, who he's been calling out for this fight, Vidal Riley's probably thinking to himself, okay, I'll have you now, happy days.
And I think that will probably happen on the Eubank Ben undercard.
Do you think that kills the interest of wanting to go for that though?
Yes, to a degree, because Vidal, no disrespect to Ellis Zorro, Vidal is a better boxer than Ellis Zorro is, albeit he's not quite as long, and so Yumbi would be able to maybe get in range a bit easier that way, but he's too good, isn't he, realistically, to get caught with something that he wouldn't want to be.
But that card as well, you talk about a lot of fighters now with that Chris Eubank Conor Benn fight, that obviously we don't know who's on the card, but if you're fighting on that card now and there's all this talk of it's not happening in September, it could be happening in November, you don't want to be waiting around, do you? And I feel like for Vidal Riley, obviously he's with Boxer and all that mess that's happening over there, this could be a perfect opportunity for him now to take on, sort of, in a way, go not into the away corner, because he'll be the home, in a sense, a home fighter because he's got the belts and all, but against Cunha, that could be the sort of fight that could put him back up into that sort of limelight, because he's not, let's be honest, is he really going to be staying with Boxer if they're on BBC?
I don't
Vidal
know.
Riley.
And also, but the benefit he has is if Boxer are still promoting that Eubank Ben fight, which they will be because they still have that partnership with Eubank, then that's still,
Eubank doesn't seem to think they have that partnership though.
Yeah, well, his management kind of tried to clear that up, and it didn't really seem any more or less clear. But I think if that happens, that's the perfect fight, and it puts him on. You win that, albeit in the eyes of people that should be a fight he should easily win, but with the titles that Alois Jr. has, then that's a fight you expect him to be winning, and will put him in really good stead world ranking wise, like really good stead, to start asking questions to the likes of Opataya and Zerdo Ramirez about getting that shot, which he does deserve, let's be real, pretty soon.
Yeah, he will eventually.
He's number one in Britain for cruiserweights, ain't he?
Nah, Billum-Smith surely still.
I think Vidal Riley beats him.
I think he probably does, but you don't have there's not the evidence to back that up. I agree with you,
yet,
but you can't rank him higher, really. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but you think, yeah, but I just don't think you can.
I'm so happy.
I understand what you mean in terms of the accolades they've achieved so far, but if they said that them two were fighting by the end of the year,
I'd predict Vidal Riley.
I'd go for Vidal.
I agree.
Points.
Yeah, I don't think he stops Billam
probably.
Smith, but I also don't think he would
Fight
need
him.
to go for the finish. I don't think he would.
I don't think he's that kind of fighter though, is he?
Nah.
Like he's very like technical, smart, will fight on the. He can fight in range. He can like stand and trade, but I think he's smart enough to know he doesn't need to, and you get more longevity in your career if you're better at boxing out of range and not taking too many big shots.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm no Turkey Alashek. I don't mind a little Tom and Jerry fight if it's me. But
not like what we had in
depends on
Times Square.
how far it goes.
Yeah.
that wasn't Tom and Jerry. That was just, I don't know, Tom and Tom. That was just boring. Like, it wasn't. Yeah. Either way, I think there's plenty of good stuff for Vidal and Alois Jr., but he did get away with one. And the other one, obviously, we got to bring it up. Taylor Bevan. He's just great, isn't he?
Future world champ. Sorry, I thought I'd just put it in for
Just
Ben
getting
to
a
cut,
reflex. Yeah.
Great performance again. You were saying before the podcast it was the first time he's gone past 2 rounds, wasn't it?
Took him 3.
And it took him 3 to get him out of there. Great performance again, and I just want him to fight in Wales now. All right, he's based in Southampton and all that, but I just want to see him up close. And
that's the only issue, and his support is like down that way.
It's weird because we're Welsh boxing fans, obviously, but he is a Southampton fighter. That's where all his fans are, really, and he is, in a sense, perhaps the future face of Welsh boxing. I just want to see him here over the road in the Utilita. I think we said it in the past when he's fought on the cards, but with Eddie, with Joe Cordina sort of teaming up again, that could possibly happen. But great performance by him again, and just put him over there. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, it's interesting because often when you get amateurs come across, you sort of the main question is, how will they suit the pro style? How will they suit to the pro ranks? And actually, when you watch Bevan, you sort of think, how did you ever suit the amateur ranks? Like he is every bit similar to someone like Pat Brown. You take one look at him and you go, yeah, you are born for the pros. That's what you are. The way you hit, the way you box, you've got the ability to get round a guard and get round an opponent and break them down in the way you need to. But actually, you have the power and the I don't even know what it is. The sort of there's a degree of arrogance, isn't there, where it's like you don't feel like you could be hurt, so you'll hurt them.
Could you call him the Welsh Beterbiev?
You could.
I've seen someone.
People are calling
You
it.
can.
Refer to him as.
I mean,
Still a long way to go on it.
style-wise, I don't know. I mean, big hitters, yes, but I don't know if he's got the Beterbiev in him. Beterbiev, it almost feels very sort of like, it's like a metronome. He kind of just, it's that constant tick, 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 move, 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 and he doesn't punch with much, it doesn't look like he's punching with much effort, whereas Bevan does, and that's almost why it looks so, his stoppages look vicious because he's really going for it.
I think we still need to see the tests as well, don't we? Like, we were saying the same about William Crawler, and
Look what happened there.
He stepped up and like had a difficult night not so long ago. So like, you do want to get excited, and I think he will do very well. I think he's one of the brightest prospects coming out of Welsh boxing,
and coming out of the UK.
particular.
I think you put him in the conversation.
But yeah, I think it's still, you just want to.
Do you reckon?
Not get carried away until you see.
It's not like Harry to get carried away, mind. You know,
No.
he's always the sort of.
I get
level-headed
excited
one.
too often. I do. But do you think for Bevan now, for Taylor, get him to December, have 10 fights, let's say 10-0, and then 2026 is where.
Yeah, I think that's
year.
what Matchroom will be doing.
Yeah.
I think this is a building year, and then it's looking at, we've seen it with the likes of George Lidar, Jimmy Sains, people like that they've built quite slowly, these big hitters. They've given them the right test at the right time, build them up, and then now they're bearing the fruit of that because they're getting in those tests.
Do you think he fights for like a Welsh title, or do you reckon he's
beyond that?
Yeah, I just don't think they bother. I don't think it's worth
waste of
making. And I mean, super middleweight, I can't. The guys at super middleweight in that division are probably going to be fighting each other rather than. I think it'd be daft to sign that fight as a local Welsh fighter on the small hall scene. You'd be daft to go. Yeah, do you know what? I'll fight for a Welsh title, but I don't know if he might be eligible for the southern area as well. I don't know how that works.
From that card on Saturday, there was a Midlands area fight on it.
So it doesn't have to take place in the fight. It just has to be from there. like we saw with the British title in Saudi Arabia.
Fightzone with Carl Fail.
It's a good fight, yeah.
Stoppage,
he'd done
win.
well.
And he'd been out of the ring for 2 years.
Yeah, he did do well. Because there was obviously bubbling away with... Was it Cameron Vong and the Fail brothers? Who was it?
No, it was... what's his name? Janae Boston.
Janae Boston, that's the one, and the Fail brothers. Took on all three at once.
Yeah, he was just calling them all out at one point.
3-on-1 in a fight night, I rate it. But yeah, that was a decent card on the South Coast on DAZN.
What you expect, really.
I love the fact that Queensberry on DAZN again. It's just like
makes life so much easier.
Like, no hate to TNT Sports, because I mean we got Carl Frampton over and stuff. Like, it's good.
I feel like they're the only like promotional company putting on any decent shows in the UK as well. Really.
Yeah.
Boxer are gone.
Oh, but Crocker Donovan
Island
in Windsor Arena is going to be, or Windsor. That's going to be a good
stadium, ain't it?
Yeah, within the
Windsor Park or something.
Yeah, that's right, Windsor Park.
Probably more like Queensberry. I feel like have been a bit more regular, whereas Matchroom are less frequent. But when they put a good one,
I think Queensberry have got
good.
bigger stable. I think that's their benefit. They've got a huge stable.
Announced a UK show yet though? Apart from that one that's happening with Donovan and...
What's the last one they done? Yafai Rodriguez.
Yeah, Yafai Rodriguez, I think. I don't think they do at the moment. They're waiting for the Newcastle one.
Rafferty and Chamberlain had a fight.
Newcastle one in November.
Rafferty Chamberlain's up in Altrincham, innit?
Ice Arena, we're going back there. Oh, lovely stuff.
Yeah,
but it's weird though, ain't it?
I agree with Queensberry. They're doing more.
There was something
doing more.
Beyond the Bell that someone said, is Frank Warren the best promoter at the moment in boxing?
Yeah, I think so.
Would you argue against that?
I struggle to find someone better at the moment. You know, getting Dubois that undisputed title fight, the way they've crafted his career, huge respect to that. People like Jack Rafferty, they've done unbelievably with. Sam Noakes getting him the Abdullah Mason fight. I can't think. When you think about, I think they've benefited more.
Nick Ball as well.
Nick Ball. They've done better off the Riyadh season. They've pitched the right fights. Hamza Shiraz. They are looking stronger.
They've just got talent littered everywhere.
But then obviously Matchroom are spread a little bit thinner with some of their American talent. Like, they obviously, the likes of Jaron Ennis, Shakur Stevenson, like, they do have Ray Ford, big names over there. And Queensberry's female talent is just non-existent now that MVP have come in, compared to the sort of 3 or 4 that Matchroom still have.
Yeah, it feels like each promotion is just like Queensberry have got like UK
lockdown.
Yeah, Matchroom, America, MVP, female boxing.
Boxer.
Yeah, pretty much. Boxer have
the
red button.
Red buttons, yeah.
What red button though?
I don't know, I don't pay my TV licence. Allegedly. Calm down,
Get
everyone. On to another one that...
We've tried to make this out longer so we can only talk about her for...
Yeah, we're not going to talk about this for too long. Claressa Shields won again. It was a unanimous decision victory over 10 rounds against a beatable light heavyweight Lainey Daniels, part-time mental health nurse. I don't know why you're laughing. I've said nothing but the truth.
We don't say anything. What did you make of Claressa Shields' performance, Sam?
After every Claressa Shields fight, every single time you come away from it and you go, I've learned nothing. She's still better than everyone. By some way, fair play to her. Hopefully you will get a meaningful test in the future. This is the first time where you go, actually, you might have gone down a touch in my estimation after that performance. I really think she should be doing better than that performance. It didn't make her look great.
It wasn't the sort of performance that makes you call yourself the GOAT, is it?
No. I think, like, yes, you want a shutout victory. You dropped a round, actually, on 2 of the cards against someone who is, like I say, a part-time boxer who's been defeated twice and drawn twice.
Unheard of.
Come up a weight division to do it, and like you're like what, 5 weight division champion, 4 weight division champion, or whatever it is. It's not a great look. If you gave Katie Taylor, I'm trying to think of an example of a super featherweight who's just very beatable, then it's not going to points decision, is it?
No,
like, not a chance.
I think we spoke about it last week, though. There's just as much. She is a very good boxer, very talented.
She's one of
loads
the greatest
of
women boxers.
Accolades, but
number 3.
Yeah,
there's just no interest around her fights because
Do you know what though?
There's no challenge.
I was shocked.
I'm surprised
the
how
arena size.
Yeah, she is a phenomenally big name, and we've found out firsthand from the TikTok and YouTube and Twitter comments, she has an immense amount of support for her, like really loyal, genuine support.
Well, they
for
want
her.
you to fight her.
Well, apparently, yeah. People have said they'll give her a bell and get it, but obviously she won't pick it up.
I think she'd get a stoppage in that one.
No.
Oh yeah, she's taking my head off. Yeah, I'm more than happy to admit that.
I'll back you.
No, it will be a snooze fest. I will be running, and
Tom and Jerry fight.
It will, yeah, it won't be good. Tom and Gerald, is there a female equivalent to that? I don't know.
Jenny.
Jerry is a female name, isn't it? Like, Spice Girls, Jerry Halliwell. Right? Yeah, that'll work.
Possibly.
I don't even know. I don't know which way around Tom and Jerry are either. But I'm looking at the division here. For the example, it would be like Katie Taylor losing to, I don't know, Lindsay Businski, someone we've watched. Like, she's getting stopped, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, but no, I don't know. We talk about it because it's quite fun, and people seem to disagree with us. But
that's the whole point, though, ain't it?
I do just struggle to care.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I struggle to care.
But the thing is, you talk about the fighters that Katie Taylor could fight, like Lindsay there. Who can Claressa Shields fight now to make that argument stronger?
There's just no...
Michaela Meyer.
But that's coming down
Price.
How many weight categories?
Yeah, but she's not a heavyweight.
Yeah, she's fought her last two fights.
This is the where it becomes difficult to buy into the idea. Is the fact that she's a heavyweight is disingenuous. She's not. She's a middleweight who has ballooned herself up to make those weights so that she can win those titles because they're basically vacant divisions. And it's like, yeah, cool, you've done that, congrats. But really, she's a middleweight and she should be fighting a middleweight at best. She can make super welterweight if she wanted, and if she really wanted legacy, she could fight at super welterweight against the Lauren Price or Michaela Meyer. And if she stopped them or beat them comfortably, you'd go, do you know what? Fair play. You're very, very good.
What's the chances of her getting back down to that weight class or fight one of them?
I think you could easily do it because she doesn't look strong at heavyweight. It's not muscle mass she's put on. Like she could drop down. It's just a big cut, isn't it? It's just a good camp will get her down to, or you'd probably have to do a make fight at middleweight or something and then move your way down. But I think it'd be doable. I'd love to see it. And do you know what?
I think it's needed in it to just
I say this with the absolute
interest.
Genuine belief that if she came down to even to middleweight and fought Lauren Price, Michaela Meyer, Sandy Ryan, one of those three at middle or super welterweight and beat them, I would give her nothing but the utmost respect for that. That would be a genuine, do you know what, actually?
Number 2.
You could be the GWOAT.
Ooh.
Could be. So
I
do it.
think anyone's beating Katie Taylor.
Do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, instead of doing the talk, do the thing and do it, and then we'll all shut up. We'll stop. Well, I'll stop talking. But
big fan of the necklace though that she got, or the chain, whatever they call it, with the GWOAT on it. Maybe we should get that one for you
if you want. Yeah. Greatest wanker of all time. The GWOAT.
He said it, not me.
Yeah,
he said it, not me.
A little own goal. Anyway, to put that talk to us, we don't have to keep going on about it.
No. How many clips do you reckon we got out of that? 3, 4?
2, I reckon. Solid 2.
I'm sticking greatest wanker of all time on the start and then just have it.
It's my new Twitter handle, I've got it saved.
And then go in there, him talking about Claressa.
Oh no, you can't.
He did it with me.
Fair no, I'll back it. Anyway, on to some hot takes. Is anyone feeling particularly hot and spicy to start off with? What we're going to do is one of us is going to deliver our hot take and the other two have the sole job of playing devil's advocate to back the beef. We'll do a couple minutes of each just to obviously down below as well, let us know what you're thinking. Anyone want to kick us off? I've kind of just done one in my last few minutes, so we'll let you kick it off, Harry.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay, so I thought hard and long about this, and it's a topic that I'm very passionate about, and obviously us as inspiring journalists and want to interview fighters and all that and get the insight and all, I think boxing judges and referees should be interviewed after a fight as well as the fighter to know why they scored it that way. Because you look at the weekend with Alois Jr. and Ellis Oro, one judge had in 96-94, which was, you could easily have got that scorecard, and then another judge had in 98-93 Victor Lachlan. I think that there should be, us as media people should be able to ask them why did he score it so wide in favour of that fighter, instead of just us then creating talk about it online and all that. And it's a sort of thing in boxing for me that ruins it in a way, because I feel like in, for example, rugby and football, you know, you got a referee on Sky Sports, for example. You got Mike Dean does a lot of refereeing talking, doesn't he? Rugby referees do columns in newspapers. I think boxing referees and judges should be able to have that, and us as journalists should be able to ask them the questions of, you scored that wide, what did you see that we didn't see, and just put the question to him.
Okay, I agree with the sentiment of we need more transparency and putting them to account, but I'm not sure letting, you know, giving IFL TV 10 minutes to just rip into them, basically.
Any other outlet is
also available. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I understand.
First and foremost, I don't know if I trust boxing journalism enough to do that right. Do you know what I mean? It would just be a bunch of people shouting at somebody for 10 minutes, and I don't think it would be handled with the professionalism it should be.
The other issue you've got is the fact that it's so subjective. Like, realistically, those referees could just do the interview or go on camera and be like, I scored it that way because I thought he won.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if you'd learn that much.
Like, it's not a clear. That's the only difficult thing with scoring in boxing and like sort of combat sports in general, is it can very much depend on what you prefer in a fighter. Like, if us three all watch the same fight, we could all score it completely differently.
Yeah, and they're not going to stand up and go, I preferred the fact that the promoter asked me to be nice to them on TV, are they? If that's what's going on, you know, they're not going to go, yeah, the reason I scored that third round is the thing I prefer in boxing is being paid off, for example.
Do you think that's going to put people who want to be referees and are looking to maybe make that their career or go into that, is that going to put them off wanting to become a referee as well? Because you're thinking, I've already got like the stress of being in the ring for these rounds and deciding who wins and keeping an eye on that. Then you're going to have the thought in the back of your head of, oh, if I score this wrong, or if people disagree with me, I'm going to get, or like they already get stick anyway, but if you had to then go out and explain why you were doing your job essentially, or why you chose to do your job in that way, does that pull you off wanting to become a referee in the first place?
Also, think how late the main events would go if you had to stick in an interview with every.
But look what happened with Ian John Lewis after that card that he scored with that Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall fight. He's now refereeing, judging on white collar boxing, bloody misfits boxing and all that. He didn't have the opportunity to explain himself. He just went in front of a board, and I feel like.
That is explaining.
We don't hear what happens.
Do we need to?
I just want to know, because you talk about it subjective and all. I just want to know what they're scoring it on, basically. Like, what am I not doing right when I'm watching a fight? What am I missing in a sense?
But ultimately, does it matter? I think that goes back to, for me, it goes back to that we can find out the information, but it doesn't change the answer. And you can't really get to the point of reverting decisions based off of you disagree with, like, because you say it. You kind of. I think it's one of those things that will be forever a problem, and it is a solution to the right problem, but I don't know if it's the right solution to the problem.
Yeah, it's like when you look at like football, for example. Like, people for years were complaining about decisions the referees made. They try and fix it in some way, bring VAR in, and now everyone's just like, I'd rather them just fuck up every other week and just take it on the chin. Like, you win some, you lose some.
Human error. You're happy to accept human error. It's system error is actually more frustrating than human error.
That's why I love being in League One.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Yeah.
Just stay away from VAR.
I'm sure you do.
We're two leagues away from
the
VAR.
Cardiff shit this week as well.
Yeah, you've taken it. You've gone for.
Right, I've gone. I'm going to put it straight on you now.
I like onto me.
Yeah.
So,
you're saving the best for last.
I've heard his, and I want it.
My boxing hot take is, I think US boxing is in a dire state, and it needs change fast. I think when you look at the American boxing scene, not one lineal TV channel has any boxing coverage anymore now that ESPN and Top Rank's partnership has ended. When you're looking at their best sellable assets, Gervonta Davis lost a first fight against someone in the division below and is in some legal trouble as well. Their best don't fight the best. Their biggest star is Shakur Stevenson, and a lot of people don't like him. Devin Haney they don't like. Ryan Garcia's losing. Jaron Ennis is the best they've got, and even he's managed by a UK company. I think they need change. They've got no great heavyweights. I think they need change fast.
It sounds like a bit of like a Trump speech.
He's throwing everything at us, but
we're meant to now argue for American boxing.
Yeah,
so
we're
trying to save American boxing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are. Bob Arum.
He's buggered
in terms of the TV deal. Could you not say that's across the board? It's not just with America. DAZN controlling.
Who's top ranked best fighter?
The guy for the weekend, Xander
Teofimo Lopez,
Puerto Rican guy.
Naoya Inoue. He's Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
The PBC have lost Canelo.
Yeah, but they got Manny Pacquiao.
Wow, exactly.
Future WBC
How
champ.
are we meant to argue against this?
Well, we got
because I agree. I hate to say it, but I agree with it.
Did I go a little bit warm? Was that my problem? Was it
not hot enough?
No, I think you can't make arguments against it. I think.
Look at the size of the arenas, though, in America. Though that's something. There's thousands in those arenas. Claressa Shields on the weekend sold out Detroit, that massive arena. The top ranked show, I hope it was at the Garden, sold out. You've got a massive stadium show, Allegiant Stadium, Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford.
Yeah, but that's funded by abroad first and foremost. Okay. Canelo Alvarez is Mexican. I just think as well. I think the thing they've got in America with the turning up live is it's almost as cheap. It's the same price to turn up to a show in person as it is to pay for the $60 pay-per-views. In the UK, you can watch it for £20 at home, or you can watch it for £200 by the time you've done travel and food and stuff in the stadium or the arena, and you go, yeah, do you know what? I'll just watch it at home with my mates.
I do feel the one thing that American boxing is lacking is heavyweights. For every other...
There's only two.
For every other, like, sort of going back years in boxing, they've all, got one of them on your shirt.
Muhammad Ali.
They've always had...
That would have been a perfect segue into... We would like to thank.
If you do like this t-shirt, like Harry insinuated there, it's available on Boxing Fight Zone in our description with a link down below and a discount code for 15% off. So help yourself look as good as me. Anyway, like you were saying.
Yeah, they're just missing like a big heavyweight star, I think.
Yeah, I also just think like... I just think
there's
like...
only two though, ain't there? Richard Torres Jr.
Yeah, but they're
Jared Anderson.
They're not stars, are they?
They're not stars. And like I said, their biggest star is Tank Davis, who has a problem with not fighting anyone he should be fighting, the big names. And on top of that, did lose probably to Lamont Roach Jr. at best. And also...
He got knocked down in that fight.
And also, like, is in big legal trouble and needs to focus on people in his own division rather than, it's just like...
You're missing a big name as well.
Who?
Jake Paul.
Ooh. There is an argument to be had that he is America's biggest boxing star, name-wise.
Clip it.
There is an argument to be had for that, though, isn't it?
He's one of the most well-known.
He's not bigger than AJ, so we're good. We're covered off. He's not bigger than Canelo. He's not bigger than Usyk. He's probably bigger than Inoue, but...
He is a sort of household name, ain't he? That you don't have to be a boxing fan to know who Jake Paul is, really, do you?
No, unfortunately not. But I do think like that. It's just I think it's years of improper matchmaking. It's years of like they undoubtedly have the talent. They undoubtedly do, but it's almost the way they conduct themselves at times. You've got Keyshawn Davis obviously missing weight and causing issues with that fight. You've got I'm trying to think of the other people they got up and coming. Or like low end champions. Richardson Hitchens is a great fighter, but he's not a superstar for some reason.
Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia.
Devin Haney people hate for no apparent reason.
The thing is, a lot of fighters do struggle with going and facing American fighters though. Like American fighters do
that's what I mean, they've got the talent. They really do have the talent. I think Abdullah Mason's a great fighter. Defensively could work on it a bit. I don't think he'll be an all-time great by any means. I think he'll do great things, but yeah, they have the talent and everything else is lacking. And if you can bring everything else back up to the level, of the talent. You know, Vegas has fallen away as the home of boxing, been replaced by Riyadh.
It's because Don King has fallen off, I think.
No, was he the shining light? Was he the beacon of hope
when he was running the show?
Yeah, but he was also causing a few. There's an entire legal
he was
application named after the man whose shirt I'm wearing that basically stopped Don King doing what he was doing.
They're getting rid of that now.
I know, exactly. And the worst thing about it all is him and Bob Arum are still kicking it, and all the people they mugged off for years aren't. Like, we've lost all George Foreman, Muhammad Ali, etc., and then you got the big. I can see you just shaking your head in legal troubles at the moment, but it's true, isn't it? They, as a fact, the people they promoted, they have outlived. Whether there's anything more in that, I'm not to say.
He's 93, is he?
He's getting on a bit. Anyway, I think
the weird thing about him though, when Josh Taylor fought Jack Catterall, how the hell did he get in that ring?
Because he was promoting Josh Taylor.
No, but how did he get in the ring?
Like, physically speaking, you're saying? They got one of those lifts.
Crazy.
A little crane. Yeah.
So the one that you get special assistance when you go on an airplane.
Yeah. Maybe. Anyway, what's your hot take? Because that was it was difficult because you just agreed with me.
That was a very
My bad.
Bit of a cop out.
That was a Tom and Jerry fight for last hours.
Yeah. Just surviving the rounds.
You've saved the best till last, I think.
Oh god.
My boxing hot take is, I think Tyson Fury's career resume is massively overrated.
I agree, but
You're not meant to agree.
I know. I was good. I had that one on my list. I think he is the lineal heavyweight champion. He defeated Vitaly Klitschko, or he was the lineal heavyweight champion. Vladimir, sorry. Same difference. I'm joking. He was the lineal heavyweight, and that is the ultimate. If you beat the best heavyweight of the time, you take on that goal until someone can beat you.
He did win that fight. He did also fail a drugs test before that fight, and didn't give Klitschko a rematch.
Who hasn't failed a few? It's just amateur steroids.
Was that the press conference for the second fight? He turned up in a Lamborghini. Or was that him as Batman?
I don't know. I can't
remember.
But the rematch, if you're talking resume,
the rematch in the end got called off because he failed a drugs test for cocaine. But I think it was before the first fight, or might have been just after. It was in 2015. He failed a drugs test for taking a steroid.
Yeah. What do you think?
Which was put down to eating wild boar meat.
Classic. It happens to the best of us. What do you think is the main bit that people overrate than in his resume in terms of what are you talking about? What is the bit that's overrated? Because
the fact that he didn't give Klitschko a rematch, the fact that the Wilder trilogy is probably the best thing on his resume, and Wilder, in hindsight, isn't a very good heavyweight.
But he was
the fact that he got dropped by Francis Ngannou, who had never boxed professionally in his life, and the fact he's been beaten comfortably by a man he called a middleweight, who should have stopped him in the first fight, beat him comfortably in the second fight, and is now trying to skirt his way around fighting both Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua, and also should have lost earlier in his career against John McDermott.
Yeah. He should have. I think. I agree. But
how are we meant to disagree though?
No, I think when you talk about the Deontay Wilder fight, he beat who was considered the most dangerous man in the heavyweight division at the time. That's all he could do.
But
who else could he have beaten at the time that would have been a more impressive scalp on his record at the time?
Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, just got chinned by Ruiz.
Yeah, true. I'm just looking through.
He did beat the best at the time.
He beat Albania after Klitschko. He came back.
The Otto Wallin fight as well. He was quite.
He beat Albania's number one in Sefer Safari. Incredible.
Huge.
He went the distance with Francesco Pianetta.
Oh,
I think he's Italy's number one heavyweight, who now lives in Germany. Germany's Tom Schwarz. Number one
of the best to ever do it.
Ajit Kabaya's probably got something to say about that.
That's joking.
Otto Wallin, number one heavyweight from Sweden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ben, the list is going on here. They're all number ones. Deontay Wilder.
The second and third Wilder fight was very good performances, but we've seen heavyweights since deal with Wilder a lot better than what.
But could they dealt with that Wilder? That Wilder,
I think fighters
had the absolute utmost belief, and he did knock Tyson Fury clean out. And I think he could have done and would have done to most heavyweights of that time. if you're talking, AJ getting knocked out by Ruiz, then, if he gets caught with that Deontay Wilder right hand, then that is good night.
I just think it's very difficult to put Fury as one of... He's definitely not the best British heavyweight.
Ever? No, nowhere near.
No.
But does anyone have him there?
Some people would argue.
Let us know down below where you would rank Tyson Fury.
He says it.
In the top 10?
Yeah,
Top
he's in
10.
Top 10.
He's closer to 10 than 1 though, ain't he? Let's be honest.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Lennox Lewis. Joshua, possibly.
But even Lewis was probably Canadian. Was Canadian, really? Like he was.
He
British,
lives in
but
Canada
he wasn't,
now, yeah.
He wasn't British. I don't know. It's difficult. I think he is up there. Like he's had a great career. He's been a great world champ.
Two-time heavyweight champ. Lineal champ.
Yeah.
But
I just
in
think,
terms of who he's fought throughout his career,
I think it depends where people rate him. I don't actually know where people rate him, so I'd love to know if people can let us know how you rate Tyson Fury. Because if you're basing it off of how he rates himself, then yeah, of course, absolutely phenomenally overrated. But that's just more.
I really want to see
him lose.
No, I don't dislike him. I just think I want to see him fight both Joshua and Dubois,
or even Caballero or Parker.
He's not going to fight Parker because they're mates, but...
Yeah, okay, fight Caballero. Earn your stripes. Get the WBC mandatory. And then call the shots.
That would be... Can you make the argument, though, that
it'd be ridiculous if he gets the trilogy.
He's got to that position now in heavyweight boxing where he doesn't have to fight these guys and he can just fast-track straight into another one.
No, he shouldn't.
Who was he beaten to claim
That's the argument,
title?
Though. But he thinks
the argument you were making.
And he's the big name.
AJ lost to Ruiz
the thing is, though,
and Usyk and had to rebuild. Fury lost to Usyk.
He's at that point in his career though where he can't really afford to have another rebuilding phase.
Well, then don't fight. It's not.
Yeah, but he can't walk into a trilogy having lost.
Manny Pacquiao didn't deserve that WBC shot.
36.
Did he? And you can't. And yes, he couldn't.
And he won that.
Yeah, but he didn't have the time to rebuild. Just because you don't have the time to rebuild doesn't mean you can just out jump Caballero and Parker. They deserve it.
Do you think as well then that Tyson? You look at the wins against Wilder, and we've seen him now take on the likes of Parker, Zhang. We call that the greatest trilogy that I've ever seen. But because of those defeats now that Wilder's had, does it take it away a little bit?
No.
I think it was a different Wilder.
Yeah,
but
it was a Wilder.
Wilder. If you even that destructive Wilder, you compared him to most other heavyweights of other eras. Other heavyweights would have beaten him more comfortably.
All right then. Does Caballero beat Tyson Fury if they fight?
No.
It's a good fight.
You could make an argument that he could.
I don't know. I think we're forgetting how close the Fury Usyk fights were. They were close fights. Like they were within a couple rounds, a round or two. No one's got that close to Usyk ever.
Usyk should have stopped him in the first fight, and
he won. There's an argument
he won about 8 rounds to 4
Anthony
in the
Joshua in the second fight that he fought Usyk in Saudi Arabia did a lot better than what Fury did.
Nah.
It's just the thing with Usyk though, you can start
Fury
strong against him, but the guy can just take it, can't he?
Fury won rounds and stayed in the fight and was beaten by a great man. I think AJ was, in order to win the rounds he did earlier on, he had to sacrifice the back end of the fight, which ultimately meant he lost it because he didn't get him out of there. Whereas Fury was in the fight till late. He stayed in that fight. In both fights, he stayed in the fight. And a round or two...
Yeah, but did he stay in the fight because he weren't willing to risk it?
But he won the round.
As soon as he did half risk it, he nearly got
He did win the rounds, though. You cannot
he didn't
argue...
win many.
5, probably, in that first fight. I think he won 5 rounds in that first fight. And
he should have been stopped.
He started strong.
Yeah,
and
but
then
no one's won.
Yeah.
No one's won 5 rounds against Usyk. No. I don't think. I don't think anyone's got anywhere near that close. So he's done the best by a fair, noticeable distance. It wasn't enough. It never will be enough. He did not win that fight in any sane person's eyes.
And he should have been stopped.
Do you know the annoying thing is?
But I have to argue with you.
The annoying thing now, though, after this sort of whatever we're doing here, he is going to fight Usyk next, ain't he? Let's be honest.
I hope not.
I really
the money's
hope not.
there. The money will be there, and Usyk.
worst case scenario, they should do Fury, Joshua, and winner gets to fight Usyk for a trilogy if they get around to it.
That's where I go again. That's where the name comes into it, not the records and all that. And
but that would make it a fair. Like if them two were to fight each other, that would be a fair. Like you're building towards getting that title shot.
Yeah, I agree. And I think
the one person I want to see fight Usyk is Joseph Parker, but I don't see him fighting Usyk.
Parker and Cabell, realistically, in terms of what they've done over the last few years, deserve it. But they're not going to get it because money talks.
And they're not the biggest.
But equally, a fight with Fury for Alexander Usyk should realistically spell the WBC giving the title to Cabell, the WBO giving the title to Parker. But the IBF will obviously do what the IBF do, and God knows who even is the IBF mandatory. I think it's still Martin Bakole. I think.
No, he lost, hadn't he, when he fought? Did he give it up when he
fought Parker?
Was it Parker or Jagba?
It could be Parker.
Jagba was for it, but he lost it because he fought Parker. So I don't even know who has the IBF, but they'll find a way to get that one done. And then you then look at WBA. Fabio Wardley is fighting. Suddenly you're looking at what are they fighting for?
Chisora.
Okay, what we're going to end up having if the Tyson Fury Usyk fight, or what we should end up having if Tyson Fury fights Usyk, is 3 out of the 4 major belts being paper champions in Ajit Cabell, Joseph Parker, and Chisora. And I think bar Chisora, the other two wouldn't be happy with that. I think they have enough of a bit about them that they'd want to win that title outright.
You could do a unification fight for them too, I might.
Great fight.
Parker Cabell.
I think Parker Cabell is a phenomenal fight. I really don't know who wins that.
Probably the best fight to make in the heavyweight division.
I really don't know who wins that.
And where it happens.
Do you know what all of the problem of this comes down to though? Is Dubois getting around the Parker fight. Because if Dubois had beaten Parker outright in that fight, then you could sort of say
that's still a really intriguing
he
fight.
really deserved that Usyk shot. Parker probably won't win a world title, or if he does, it will be through a mandatory in paper or whatever. And if he'd beaten Dubois, then you'd say, wow, like he is there and he's the best we've got really, other than Usyk. And then it's like that would have kind of made a clearer idea of where everyone is in the heavyweight division. The fact that that's been skipped. We don't know where Parker and Cabell are. They're both, their biggest wins are probably over Zhile Zhang. And it's like, well, he's not looked great, so it's difficult to pitch them. Do you know what I mean? Albeit, I'd love to see that fight between the two of them. I think it'd be a great fight, but only if it's for world titles.
I just want to see them two get their shot.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's guaranteed.
Joseph Parker more for me though than Ajit Cabell.
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like they're near enough on a level playing field.
Parker beat
Wilder, who not a lot of people had him beaten.
Yeah, but then Wilder's gone on to lose to Zhang.
True. Didn't Parker beat Zhang?
Parker beat Wilder, Zhang, and
Bakole.
Bakole, who was 2 days' notice, unfit,
jet-lagged and all
everything. Not in that fight. And then Cabell's beaten Makhmedov, and Frank Sanchez and Zhang.
The Frank Sanchez win isn't talked about as much as
I wouldn't say
the Zhang win is underrated as well.
I wouldn't say
he's the only one to stop him.
Yeah, and Parker got dropped 3 times in that fight, didn't he?
Yeah.
To win that on a points decision, and Cabell dismantled him.
Cabell's work to the body is massively underrated.
I think it's unfair. Parker's a bigger name. It's unfair to say he deserves it more than Cabell, just because he's a bigger name. Because I think Cabell's.
I think that's how boxing works, though.
Yes, but if we're talking who deserves it, it's probably Ajit Cabell.
We just need to see these big fights happen.
Just need to make it happen. And do you know what's crazy? We are knocking on the door of 50 minutes. It's been a long time since we've knocked on the door of
half
that.
Century,
but it is our only episode this week, so you're getting 2 in 1. We're being kind. We're being generous.
When two become one.
Exciting times. Other than that, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to wrap it up. I don't think so. We've got something huge coming. You should probably find out about it this next week, either on the preview or the review. You will find, or whatever we do next week, I'm not sure what it'll look like right now. You'll find out the really big news we got coming. So stick around for that. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, one of those, so you can Find out about that. TikTok, lots of great content. If you want to back the beef with Claressa Shields, then get on TikTok, because that's where it's all going down. Anything else? Anything else fun?
No, I'm going over to TikTok now to
Fair enough.
Get my guard up straight away.
Anyone else you want to shout out? Just anyone who means anything to you? No? Oh, this is the opportunity
German fella that I was battling with for 2 weeks over my sunbeds.
What was his name? Do you have a name?
I don't
know.
Give
Give him a name. Herman? Herman the German?
It was a good battle.
Herman the German, big up, shout out to you. Thank you, Dankeschön for keeping Harry on his toes.
Yep.
Shout out to Claressa Shields for giving us plenty of content, and rest in peace, my lovely hamster. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you all next week.
Punches chance. Punches Chance Podcast.